Welcome back. So today we're going to be introducing Training Tip Tuesdays. It was something that we started a little bit into the trip because we found that people were asking so many questions about how we would handle different scenarios. So every Tuesday we would post a different tip of how we would handle not only yourself but with your horse, going over different challenges and things to make your life easier with your equine partner. Morning, guys. So as you can tell, Hal is saddled up today. He looks really excited by the expression on his face. Gammy is pumped though, because I tell you what, Gammy will do what I ask a lot of times, but she lets me know, even 20 miles in, she's just trotting and flinging her head back and forth, but Hal just loves to go. Gammy will put up with it because I think we've really developed that relationship and connection where we respond to each other, but Hal just has that natural ability to say, hey, look, I just want to move my feet. And so he's perfect for this. He's just getting to rest up before we go. We're sitting here right outside east of Austin. We're halfway between Austin and Eureka. And yesterday we went to Spencer's Hot Springs. If you haven't got a chance, it is so gorgeous. We hopped in the springs for about 20, 30 minutes and it felt phenomenal. I felt refreshed and energized after that. We didn't stay the night there because there are a lot of donkeys that roam there at night that aren't afraid to go up to trailers, and we just decided, you know what, let's just stay away from that. Hey, Liberty, you guys remember Liberty, right? This is Miss Liberty. She's our beautiful guard dog along the trip. We're just trying to help her not by the horses. Good girl. So come on, Liberty. Good girl. So, sorry guys for a little interruption, but we had to make sure Liberty stayed safe there. Hal and Gammy are pretty good, but wanted to make sure that, you know, she stayed safe. She protects us at night from all the wild creatures out there. Anyway, we are going to go about 20 miles today. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drive back into Reno, Nevada. You ask why? Because we scheduled an event actually with Lead for Horses, this organization that helps use horses with youth, with veterans and other organizations to give back, to show horses can heal. So we can't wait. That starts on Thursday, and we're going to demonstrate a little bit to the youth program what a little bit of Liberty can do for these horses. And then on Friday, my sister has a doctor's appointment in Reno. All this was scheduled before we even started this trip, before we decided to skip the Sierra Mountains. So we try to be a man and woman of our word, and we want to give back to these organizations. So we're going to drive back to Lead for Horses. Stick with us and be ready on Thursday afternoon to tune in, because we're going to do some Facebook Lives and really introduce the program and all that they have going there. And lastly, today is Tuesday, so it's tip of the week. And so I want to promote something really, really strongly. When you are out with your horses come first. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, before I feed myself, before I take care of myself at the end of the ride, I make sure that the horses have water, they have the nutrition, everything that they have, and they're settled in for the night before I start worrying about myself. They do not choose to be here. We choose to put them in the situations in which they are in. So it is so, so, so vital that you remember that you take their needs into consideration first. Okay? I want to repeat that. Their needs and what they need to survive first before you worry about you. Okay? Because you are putting them in that situation. That you are putting them, whether it's on a trail ride or going out, you need to make sure that you take care of your horse. And we are trying to do that 100% of the time while we are here. If it's not safe to do something, don't do it. It's your horse, and they look for you for leadership and for safety. So the tip of the day is just to always make sure that you put your horse's best interests at heart, and they should come before your own. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon from Liberty, Gammy, Hal, and Nettie, and the team. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. What's up, guys? Happy Windy Hill Wednesdays. All about the rescues and just giving back. And we are here at Douglas Fairgrounds, about, 25 miles south of Carson City. And we are headed up to Lead with Horses this afternoon because we have an event all day tomorrow. And then Nettie has a little doctor's appointment on Friday. Don't worry, everything is good. Just a kind of an annual visit. And we just have to make sure that our health is our wealth, just like these horses. And Gammy wanted to come over and say hello. Sorry, Gammy. She is, her and Hal have gone over 260 miles since we started this journey, and it has been one amazing ride so far. We've gone over the halfway point of Nevada. We are about 20 miles outside of Eureka, and we're going to pick up there on Saturday, right after we leave Reno. Anyway, today is Windy Hill Wednesday for a reason. We want to promote rescues, and Windy Hill Rescues was the first really job that I got when I started this horsemanship journey about 6 years ago. And it all kind of hit home with one story. I won't name the horse's name, but I started working there probably about 2 or 3 weeks in. I get on this horse, and I was like, man, he's kind of emotional, but I'm just going to go for a ride and see what he does. I did a little groundwork, and I was like, okay, he's real fed, kind of tense and not relaxed. And I got on him, and I just started trotting him around. I was like, man, this is really, I probably shouldn't be up here right now. And I was young and silly, and I was like, okay, how about let's go for a canter? So I asked him for a canter, and this horse just broke in two and just took me around this small little arena here, and then eventually threw me over the rail, and I landed on top of the rail like this, and it took the wind out of me. And I was like, man, what did I do wrong? What was it that I did that couldn't help this horse get relaxed? Because to me, what makes rescues so special is that they have the heart of gold, but they aren't able, mostly, to find that relaxation with the people because of the experiences that they've been through. So that horse taught me that day, a couple weeks into my working at Windy Hill, is that we have, in order to make a connection with the horses, in order to make a difference in these rescues' lives, we have to first find relaxation and the comfort in themselves. We have to give them the opportunity to feel at peace around us. And if we can do that with the rescues, or these horses that need a second chance, just like people, in order to help people that need a second chance, we need to help them find relaxation in themselves. If we can do that, we can make change. And that is where rescues have really made an impact in me. So that's why we're doing this whole journey. That's why we're giving back. Because of Windy Hill Rescue and the horses that taught me. They taught me more than I could ever give back to them. Anyway, this afternoon, we are headed to Lead with Horses, and we're really excited. Tomorrow we're going to have an all-day event. We're going to do some Facebook Lives there, and it's an organization that gives back to veterans, but really focuses on youth and helping youth heal with the power of horses. Because at the end of the day, horses, and I said this before, horses can heal us and teach us more than we could ever teach ourselves. And I mean that. And the last thing today is I really need your help. And I say I, what I really mean is we. Nettie, I, Jamie, and Hal. We want to be able to give back more to 501c3 nonprofits along the way. We have given back a lot, but we want to do it more. We want to be able to put on afternoon events. We want to put on 2-day events, 3-day events. And we want to need you guys to help us. So we're going to be traveling down I-50. We're going to be going through the second half of Nevada. We're going to be going through Utah. We're going to be going through Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Indiana, Illinois, then back to Kentucky. And even if you're not in that state, if you're close to that state, we'll drive to you. And here's the big thing. If you guys can help us find these nonprofit organizations, whether it's horse rescues, whether it's organizations that work with kids, whether it's organizations that work with ex-military or service members, it doesn't matter. If you guys know of a charity or a nonprofit that works with horses that is giving back to people and to horses, we want to help. Okay? So if you know someone that runs one of these organizations, have them contact us and reach out, because we do not want to force anyone to say, hey, we need to be there. We want others to want us to be there, if that makes sense. So if you know of any of these nonprofits that could need help, have them reach out to us. We are doing all of this for free. We are doing this to give back to horses and people throughout this great country of the United States of America. Okay? Again, if these organizations don't want help, it would be great. That means they're doing amazing things by themselves. But if they do, we want to stop by. We want to give back. Jamie, Hal, Nettie, and I, and of course our guard dog Liberty, want to be able to help make a change throughout this great nation using people, and most importantly, these amazing God-given creatures. So anyway, we love y'all. Take care. Happy Windy Hill Wednesday, and we'll have a great rest of your Wednesday. So we didn't just stop at horse rescues. We also stopped at nonprofits that help people with and through horses. In this case, this is a local nonprofit that used horses to help educate and heal youth. And it was a lot of fun. They had an amazing program there, and we had the opportunity to have a fun demo for the kids to showcase the power of liberty. What's up, guys? Happy afternoon. Excuse the wind. We tried to turn it off, but unfortunately, whatever reason, it won't work. So you just got to put up with the wind a little bit. We hope you can hear us. Anyway, we're here with Gene, the founder of Lead with Horses, and they are an incredible program that Linetti and I got to witness last night that uses horses to help teach youth lessons. And I'm going to let Gene describe a little bit about what they do, how they do it, and just the benefits of their work.
Well, as you know, horses have this amazing ability to teach constructs like communication, healthy relationships, and connection. And what we do at Lead with Horses is we tap into that ability. And we do that and to provide both counseling as well as child and youth development programs with horses. And in doing so, we're able to help a whole lot of kids. And families and kids come to us for a variety of reasons, and they're facing a whole lot of different challenges. But the beauty of this work is that everybody can benefit from the connection with a horse. And often horses, because they compel authenticity and honesty from us about our intent and our emotion and experiences, they can often reach the kids that nobody else is reaching. And that's really the power and just amazing part of this work.
And I tell you guys what, we've met a lot of people along this journey, but Gene is one of the brightest people we've met. And it just comes out through her work. As I said, we had a chance to watch one of the sessions yesterday with, I guess, 8 to 11-year-olds, right?
Yes.
And what they did was they brought out these horses and they asked to build a path of a healthy relationship. But what was so cool about it is Gene let the kids decide what the path was, what it looked like, and then they would have to lead the horses through it. But it let them make the decision on how to get through that process. So the cool thing about Lead with Horses is they allow the youth to make decisions on their own while using horses as teachers, because horses read people better than people read people. And it is organizations like this that Gene runs here at Lead with Horses out here in Reno, Nevada, that are the purpose of our trip. And as you guys know, none of these organizations come free. All we ask, if you're watching this Facebook Live, give a donation. Any donation goes a long way, right? They give back to the community, they give back to the youth. It's something that we're passionate about, but most importantly, they care about the horses and about all of the people that they deal with. And we cannot thank them enough for giving us an opportunity to be out here and to learn from them, because at the end of the day, we're out here to educate, but we always get educated back. So thank you for allowing us out here, and we are so blessed. So we're going to put on a little demonstration here, and then what's cool is we have 4 young ladies here, young women, and we're going to give them the opportunity to play with Gammy afterwards. So we're not going to put that on Facebook Live just for privacy, but we are going to show you guys a little bit of what Gammy and Hal do. But again, we thank Gene for having us out here.
We thank you. Thank you so much for choosing us and for stopping by and sharing your experiences with us.
Of course.
Really great.
And if you're out here, we're going to put the website, if you're around the Reno, Nevada area and you want to give back, please contact. They're always looking for volunteers, they're always looking for donations, they're always looking for help, ideas, whatever it is. Please contact Gene. I promise you will not regret it. And if you look behind us, it is in one of the most beautiful parts of the country. Yes, it's windy, but man, it is gorgeous. So we'll put on a couple minute demonstration, a little demo, and then we're gonna have the girls out here, if they want, enjoy some time with Ganny. So thank you.
Thank you.
So the cool part about Liberty is what we talked about all along, is it gives the horse the freedom to make a decision. So Hal is very new at this. So my sister has done a good job of getting him mentally prepared, where I can ride him bareback and bridleless and steer him where I want to go. And I am able to control Gammy at the same time and letting her know that, hey, we can make all these cues together. And I'm sure I'm going to try to stay close to this area so you can see me and you can hear me. And if you can't, I'm sorry, just put in some subtitles and say whatever you want. But most of all, you gotta say Gammy's beautiful or she might be upset. Okay, and I don't want her to be upset with me tonight. Okay, the key to working with mares, I'm gonna tell you, and my sister gave me this key a long time ago. The key to working with mares is bring them flowers. When you bring them flowers, everything else is downhill. If you don't bring them flowers, they're gonna give you those mare ears, and they're gonna let you know, hey, this is not what I signed up for. It's funny, the more I worked with Gammy, the more that I understood that I had to pay attention to what she was telling me all the time. Because if I wasn't fair to her, then she would not give me 100%. And that's just the way it is. Because at the end of the day, I have to be fair to my horse, I have to give her a voice, and I have to enable the communication, okay, to be there. Just like in any relationship, guys, communication is key. And communication is a two-way street. It's not a one-way street. So when Gammy says something to me, I have to listen. Okay? Yes, ma'am, do you have a question? You're just coming up and saying, oh, all right, well, yeah, so we're going to trot around a little bit, and I want you to watch Gammy's expression. So Gammy's like, I don't really want to do anything. It's kind of hot. I'm kind of lazy today. But we're just going to ask for a little bit. Again, today she seems a little tired. They've been working hard. But I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what we can accomplish with these horses. And all I'm asking them to do is just to stay with me, Gammy to trot with me, Hal to be relaxed and confident. Okay? And then from there, then I can add different things to it. Then I can send Gammy around. I can ask to change the direction here. I can ask Gammy to, hey, can we change direction? Can we come back? And you see how Gammy gives me that expression? I want you to watch her face. Her face is telling me, one, she's getting an effort, but two, that she's kind of feeling a little bit draggy today, a little tired. So I'm not going to push her too much. Okay, but what I might ask her to do is say, hey, you're a little tired. Will you lay down for me? I don't know. I don't know if she will or not, but we'll say, hey, will you lay down? Oh, she's going to try to back up around me. So I'm going to say, okay, don't want to lay down? We'll just do a backward circle. Say, hey, come around, and end up back where she started. Okay, so just because a horse doesn't give you the answer that you initially asked for, it doesn't matter. Okay, just like if a friend you ask a friend to do something and they do something a little bit different, as long as their intentions are good, you need to live with it. You have to accept what they give and then work on communicating a little bit better the next time. Okay? Because the key with any relationship with horses, people, youth, adults, whether you're 105 or you are just learning to talk, is the same. With horses, is the same as communication with people. You have to be fair, you have to be open about what you want, but you have to be aware about what they need. Okay? And that is the most important thing when you're talking about horses. And I think Gammy will like this one. I'll tell Gammy just to stay here and say, hey Gammy, you want to rest a little bit? And I'll ask Hal just to canter around a little bit. Good. Gammy likes this because she doesn't have to move. I'm going to ask Hal to turn. And then I'm going to ask Gammy to come back to us. You see, guys, here's the thing. Liberty is about that trust and the communication. People are out me like, what are you doing sitting on a horse like this? I trust Hal. I've only worked with Hal for the last couple weeks, but our communication is getting better and our trust is getting greater every single day. And I want to show you guys a little bit of a demo of how we can build trust with the horses. So now we're going to get back to what really matters, and that's these young women standing right here that look eager to kind of play with Gammy. But I want to show you what a small little bit of what we can accomplish with our horses if we have an open line of communication, if we have trust, and if we are willing to listen. So I'm sure the girls are excited about getting rolling with Gammy. I know Hal is going to enjoy a little bit of break, and we're going to have a little bit of girl time. I'm the only guy here today, so just say a quick prayer for me. I'm sure the girls will treat me right, but if not, I totally understand that they're kind of grinning and laughing in the background. So please, please, please ask these young women to treat me well, because I am the only guy that I can see. All right, take care, guys. Please don't forget to donate and give back to Lead with Horses. If you're in the area and you want to volunteer, you will not regret it. I promise it'll change your life, just like it does these young individuals that come in and out of this program along with the horses. Thanks again, guys, from Hal, Gammy, Camila and Bridleless, and all this whole crew. Thank you, guys. We're very blessed. Take care. Happy Sunday, everybody, from Gammy and I, and we're just east of Eureka, Nevada. You see those mountains over there? We went over them today, and man, it was, I keep saying this, but it was one of the most gorgeous rides I think I've ever had, and it truly was phenomenal, and something that I'll remember forever, because we went through like in between two mountains in this valley that were really close, and then we had to go up this mountain and then down, and just on the other side of it, we saw right on the other side of that hill, there's a beautiful, another big mountain range with a lot of snow on it. Back there's Eureka, and there's where we went today. We got about a mile left. And I just wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. You know, and a quick story about my mom. She's one of the most amazing women, I've been blessed to know. And, 5 years ago, I remember sitting on the back porch with my mom having a glass of wine, talking about my future, and it was about a year into my horsemanship journey, and I had been doing okay things. I think I had just started Gammy under saddle, and I was thinking about making this horse thing my full-time job. I was working as a sports recruiter, helping high school athletes that wanted to play college, and we just had this heart-to-heart, and she was like, I believe in you. I believe whatever you want to do, you'll be successful. But I think this horsemanship journey that you're on is where you need to be. And, my mom's always been the first person to support me in pretty much everything. She's a strong, beautiful, kind, genuine. I mean, the adjectives that describe her are endless. And I'm so fortunate and blessed to have the mom that I do, and that supports me every day, good or bad decisions, and just help me become the man that I am today. And for all you mothers out there, we are so thankful that you gave us life. You're the giver of life, and the ones that shape us to be the men and women that we are. And if you haven't told your mom that you loved her yet today, do. And I have a lot of different moms as well, people that have been amazing influences in my life, and make sure you reach out to those people too, the people that are maybe not biological moms, but can be a mom in your heart because they're so kind to you and taught you so much. Anyway, from Gammy and I, happy Mother's Day. Have an incredible rest of your Sunday, and we love you all, and we'll talk to you later. So one of the coolest parts of the whole trip was when we got outside of Fallon, and we found this awesome Sand Dunes National Park that Nettie and I stayed at in the evening. And Nettie had this bright idea to go out and do some filming with Gammy and Hal. And for those who don't know, Nettie was the person that took the majority of the pictures and the video and everything that you see throughout the trip. And that night I was really tired. It was just exhausted. It was a long, hot day. I didn't want to go out and get video of Gammy and Hal. She had to really push me. But off we went into this huge park with people on their ATVs and four-wheelers out running around. And we decided to take the horses out and just have a little fun at Liberty. And the views were breathtaking. The connection between Gammy, Hal, and I was just phenomenal. And it really tested the relationship that we had, because There was no bridle on, no halters, just us in this beautiful sand dunes national park. And it was just truly, truly, truly incredible, and one that I'll remember forever. One of the highlights of this entire journey was obviously, number one, all of the nonprofits and rescues that we stopped at. But number two was meeting just the amazing people along the way. No matter what state we were in, there were people that would stop, that would want to share their story and find out a little bit more about ours. And it's just truly incredible how many amazing people there are in this country willing to help, willing to offer a smile and a helping hand if you need one. Happy Tuesday, guys. We got a little bit of service here as we approach Ely, Nevada. And I wanted to share a cool little experience before we went to our tip of the week. And I just met the owners of Mormon Ranch. out here just west of Ely, and I think the ranch has been out here since the 1800s. And it was so cool because I just got the opportunity to meet the owners. They were riding their horses down their street after putting some cows up where they need to be, and they were just the friendliest people on the planet. You know, they were man and woman of faith, and they just had such kind hearts. And you could tell from the minute I walked up to them. I was walking on their property here on this gravel road, and they had no problem with me kind of on their property as I make my way east. And we just had a nice, probably 10-minute conversation, short, sweet, but they were just such amazing people. They had beautiful horses that they breed, and I'm just so thankful that I had the opportunity to meet them. One of the coolest things about this entire trip is the people that I get to meet. It's one of those things is that the scenery is incredible, but being able to meet and get to know a little bit and find the kindness of the people that we run across every day is really what it's about. And in my heart, I truly believe that most people are kind, just like I believe most horses are kind, and it's just the experiences that shape us. Anyway, I want to get to the tip of the week for Tuesday, and I want to go over a little bit of the rules of the road when you're riding your horse next to a highway or a road of any kind. All right, I think there's rules for the rider and then also the drivers of the cars. First, I'm going to start with the riders. It's so important that, number one, do not ride your horse next to a road unless you trust your horse, unless you're confident that they will not spook, run into the middle of the street, and cause an accident. That is number one. Do not ride your horse near a highway or a busy road until you are confident that you have control in your horse and your horse is calm. Okay, number two, even if you are, really try to ride as far away from the road as possible. They are big metal machines, and it's sometimes difficult to see a person on a horse, just like it is a person on a bike or whatnot. So if you're going to ride on the road, just be respectful of the drivers, because although that we have rights in a lot of states to ride on the highway or roads, it's so important that we respect so much where we treat our horses around cars. So the rules for the cars, it's pretty simple. If you see a horse on the side of the road riding, or a motorcycle or a car pulled over, all we ask is that you pull over a couple feet if you can to give the horse and rider more space. I just think it's a simple respect. The horses and the person respects the drivers, and the drivers respect the person. And at the end of the day, I found that Nevada has been incredibly, as a whole, has a lot of educated drivers when it comes to people on horseback. They really respect the riders, and they really try to get over once they can get over. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the tip of the week. Hopefully you enjoyed this beautiful scenery here. You see some of the horses on the ranch and some of their cows on the ranch, and just that beautiful mountain range there and ahead of you. I love y'all. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We'll talk to you soon. Honestly, the most challenging aspect of this whole trip by far was not riding my horses bridleless. It was riding alongside the road. And no offense to drivers, but most people in this country don't know how to drive around horses. Whether you're in their trailer or you're on the side of the road riding your horse, people just don't know how to act because it's not something that you see that often. So it's our job as horsemen and women, if we are deciding to take our horses out near roads, which is pretty much all over this country, it's our job to realize the rules of the road and understanding some tips how to keep you and your horse safe while you're doing it.